I'll start. Hey everybody, Erica here with One Berkshire, and I have the coolest woman in business interview for you today. So here's the story. This is Melissa Fawcett, and she is the owner of Ready Set Preschool. Yeah?
Ready Set Learn.
Ready Set Learn Preschool.
Yes.
Ready Set Learn Preschool. So Melissa actually contacted us on Facebook, and she said, hey, you're doing all these women in business features. You really should know about my business. And I personally love that kind of courage and confidence. So welcome, Melissa. Here we're going to come do a women in business interview. And she's really, like, when you hear the story and you see the place that I'm about to show you, it's totally worth it. All right, so give us a little bit about where are we right now? What is Ready Set Learn Preschool?
So Ready Set Learn Preschool is a full day preschool for kids that are 3 or 4 years old. We opened back in 2015 in a little tiny house on Virginia Avenue where we could service 13 kids a day. We've had a wait list for all the years that we've been open, and so we were looking for a new spot. So now,
how many do you serve now?
In this location, we have 65 families.
So that is some amazing growth, and I'm going to pan us around here because we're inside of a church building, and we're going to get into that story in a second, but you can kind of get a sense of how beautiful the space is in here. When did you guys move into this space?
We bought the church in April, and we opened officially September 4th here.
Wow. So extensive renovations.
Extensive.
Okay, and we're going to walk you through, we're going to actually show you what this place looked like, and then what it looks like now.
Perfect.
But before we do that, let's hear a little bit about you.
Let's
actually, can we go into your office to hear about you?
Sure.
So we're going to go in. This is an original door, by the way, from the church. Melissa was just telling me about this, and it's decorated up for Halloween today.
Yes,
but you can get a sense of, like, you know, the whole place has been renovated. This is Melissa's office. She cleaned it up for us. So while we're in your office, tell us, like, what made you realize that you want to do this kind of work for your life?
Well, I was a public school teacher before we opened the preschool, and I was a public school teacher for about 10 years.
Okay.
And my youngest son was 4, and we were looking for preschools for where we would send him, and I just wasn't happy with any of them, and it was really hard because most of them are half day, so you have to find somebody to either watch your kid the other half of the day, or pick them up and, you know, bring them somewhere else, and it was just impossible for my family. So and there were a couple that were full day, and I didn't really like the program, so we kind of just
fell into it.
Yeah, like what would I want? So I made what I would have wanted for my son.
Awesome. All right, I want to see these renovations.
Okay,
so we're inside of a church. We're actually we're in Pittsfield, but we're near Tyler Street.
Yes.
We're kind of near Dalton, you know, kind of on the Dalton-Pittsfield edge.
Yes.
Yeah. So one of my favorite things, when I walked in, I saw this sign right here. Well, hello. I saw this sign right here with all of the really cool sayings, and my favorite one at the top is, "You are scientists." That's my favorite.
Mine too.
Yeah, and your sister made that, right?
My cousin.
Your cousin made that.
Heather Marshall. She's amazing.
Very talented people. All right, let's take us downstairs. What we're going to see downstairs, this is a 2-story church that they renovated. Where we were standing before was the entrance to the church.
Yes.
And we might be able to see the what used to be the sanctuary in a bit. But this room right here is the one space that Melissa did not convert. So you're going to get to see, this is what it looked like when she walked through this place to buy it.
Can you see it?
I think you can, yeah, you can see. We're down here.
So this was like an old kitchen area, I guess. We did not renovate the space.
So Melissa had the vision
original.
to, like, look down into this place and say, I can see the potential of what this could be. And so it went from that, which was kind of, you know, older, stodgy, and then she was able to create a space like this one. This is like a stage area, some gaming, and so this is one of my favorite spaces because it's so smart what you did here.
Mine too. This is actually one of the reasons I wanted the church. It's an indoor play area. So when it's freezing or raining, we have a place for the kids to come play.
Yeah. And as you can hear, there are a lot of kids in here, and there is a nice outdoor play area too. So you've really done a nice job of giving a lot of options for kids.
Yes.
So tell us, let's go back up and let's talk about the story of how this project happened, because I'm sure it was no simple feat.
No, it was a crazy experience.
So tell us how did you, like, when you made that decision of we've got our waiting list is too big, we just need more space.
So we found this church. It was actually a friend of mine that said, you should look at this church.
How would you feel about going outside right now so people can see from the outside?
Sure.
All right, because I want you to get a sense of what this church actually is. So when they saw this, like, they were looking at a church building, and they said, yeah, we could see this as our preschool. And we're right on a main corner, which is nice, because it's easy for parents to get to. And so, yeah, this was the church building you saw and set your sights on.
Yeah, so we found the church. One of my friends said, you should really look at this church. And I said, okay, I'm going to go see it. And we looked, and we liked it, and we made an offer. and then we couldn't get financing. So it took about a year and a half where we took our offer off the table because we couldn't get financing. We ended up re-offering a year later, and finally, with a great team of people, the Mass Small Business Development Center, we had a great attorney, and we got financing through Lee Bank.
Awesome. So we love these entrepreneur stories and you had 3 years of solid business on your books that you could show to a bank and say, look, we're a valid business, we're a legit business, we make money.
Yep.
And
it's hard. It's hard to get financing.
Yeah.
It is.
Okay, so now let's go back in. So you got the money, which was a huge feat, and now you needed to make that space that we saw downstairs turn into this beautiful space upstairs. We're not locked out, are we?
No.
Okay, good. That would have been bad. All right, so now she had to make this look at this like the space that it is today. And one of the things that you showed me that I love so much is I want to show you this bench right here. Because this is not just any bench. You said this is one of the pews.
Yep, this is one of the pews.
So come into my screen here and tell us about this thing.
So we ended up selling a lot of the pews to people online on Facebook, but we kept one. And one of my old parents said, "Well, I'll paint it for you." And I was like, "Okay." And she came back with this, which is amazing. I couldn't even believe her talents.
It's
I
beautiful.
thought she was just going to paint it acrylic.
I'm gonna turn around here just so we can get a little bit better view of this. So this is just an example, and it's kind of like a nod to what used to be here. Very beautifully painted and creative. You have a lot of creative people that are surrounding you.
Yeah, you need a good team.
So you started doing construction. You had a great contractor.
Yep, we used Marcella Building and Renovation. They're right on Tyler Street.
And this is the space we're heading into right now that was the sanctuary.
Yes, yep. So if you we'll peek in there.
We'll just pan on this one.
Yep, this was the church, the actual church area.
And I want to show you what she did with one of the classrooms. You can already see how nicely decorated everything is over here. But I want to show you this is great.
Yeah.
So tell us, this was something that was kind of interesting.
This whole area was a CCD room, I feel like, or something like that. And this chalkboard was original, so we kept it.
Awesome! And built it right into the wall, which is so fun. So you can just get a sense of how beautifully decorated she's done the space and the rooms and so many different areas for kids to be engaged and have fun. And I don't think we can see the playground from this angle, but there's a beautiful playground that she built.
If we go out, I think you can.
Okay, maybe we will. Well, why not see the playground while we're taking the tour? Let's see the whole, I think we can see from this window or down. Okay, so I'm going to ask you a question here. We'll look at the playground real quick. So Melissa and her team built this whole playground out here so that kids can have a nice fenced and safe space to play.
Yes.
Which is awesome. So talk to me about, let's put on your mentoring hat for a second. You've accomplished so much here.
Yeah.
Share with us, let's go back into the beautiful space here. Share with us some words of wisdom that, I don't know who you want to address right now. If you want to address entrepreneurs or if you want to address parents or women or whoever you want to address, but give us some words of wisdom.
Well, I think anybody who wants to do a large-scale project or even open their own business at all, you need a good team behind you. So I would recommend seeing somebody at the Mass Small Business Development Center. They were an amazing help. Make sure you have a good attorney, a good team behind you. I feel like we couldn't have done it without support of a lot of other people.
Yeah, that's awesome. And one of the questions I've been asking in these interviews is, since we are featuring you and you're such an inspiration, about other women in business in the Berkshires who've inspired you. And earlier you mentioned Nancy at the Small Business Development Center. I think Nancy deserves a shout out. Do you want to just mention her?
Nancy was amazing, and she worked with me for probably 2 years on this project because we couldn't get the financing, and then we had to redo the plans. I feel like she's a friend of mine now.
Yeah.
How many times I've seen her.
That's awesome.
She's amazing.
Awesome. Cool. So anything else? Do you want to promote anything, or is there anything you want the audience to know about you, your center, opportunities, just any parting words?
I don't know. I guess if you want, we tour all the time. So if you are interested and you have a small child, 3 or 4, you can call me. I'll tour you any day of the week that you want to come see.
And do you have openings?
Currently, no. But we will start touring for next year.
Okay.
So, get on the list. Get on the list early.
Okay, so that's how it works. Is you get on a waiting list.
Yes.
Okay, and it doesn't hurt. When's the best time? When is not too early to start?
Honestly, people are already calling. So
okay.
Call now.
So we're now in the month of October, leading into November, and people are calling about next September.
Next September.
Amazing.
Yes.
All right. So now you see what your timeline is if you want to get into this amazing place. So let's just give one more shout out to Melissa. I'm just so blown away by the vision that you have to bring this into creation, and then not just vision, but you carried it out. You manifested this whole thing and made it happen.
Yes.
And you and your team, and I know you had great people surrounding you. It's very clear. You have great staff that's here amazingly. So Thank you so much
you.
for
Thank you so
for
much.
finding us and letting us find you and sharing your story with all of us.
Thank you.
Another awesome women in business interview here in the Berkshires, and this was Melissa from Ready Set Learn Preschool. We'll see you guys next time. Bye. Bye.